You know, if I asked 100 anglers what the #1 bait is to catch more fish, I'd probably get answers like this. Use this lure, fish this color, buy a better rod, get a live scope. And although those things can help, I honestly think they're missing the biggest piece of the puzzle. The #1 thing that will help you catch more fish is simply spending more time on the water. Now, before you click away, hear me out. I think the #1 mistake that most anglers make is thinking there's a magic bait, and there isn't. We've all done it. You watch someone on YouTube absolutely hammer fish on one lure for an entire video. The next day, you drive out to Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, Amazon, Daddy Bezos. You buy that $20 lure. You go out to your local pond, and nothing. Not even a bite. So what do? We start to blame the lure. Maybe we should got a different color. Maybe we should got a bigger one. Maybe I needed to use a fluorocarbon leader. Maybe it's my rod. Maybe it's my reel. Pretty soon you got hundreds of dollars in tackle and you're still wondering why you get skunked. The truth is, it probably wasn't the lure. It was the knowledge. Think about it for a second. Every pond, every creek, every river, every reservoir has its own personality. Some have muddy bottoms, some have rocky bottoms, some have more wood in them, some have steep drop-offs, some have a lot of points, some have big humps in the middle. You wouldn't even see them unless you had a fish finder. I've driven out on lakes on the kayak and in boats, thinking the water's 50 feet deep, put your paddle down and you can touch the bottom. But all of that said, the fish living in those waters behave differently. That is why the exact same bait that catches 5 bass in one water, one lake, one river, one stream, won't in another. The lure didn't stop working, the environment changed. And I think sometimes as anglers we forget to do that, to educate ourselves. And that's something no tackle shop will tell you or teach you or help you learn. The only way to learn that is experience. Getting out on the water, fishing more, not being afraid to get skunked. Get out there, grab a rod, grab your bag, and go fishing. Every time you go fishing, whether you catch 1 fish or 20 fish, you're learning something. Maybe you learn the fish were holding deeper than normal. Maybe you learned that the fish wanted a slower retrieve. Maybe you learned that they only bit during the first hour of the sunrise. Maybe the water temperature changed 10 degrees or more overnight because a cold front came sweeping through. Those things you can't really appreciate until you see them happen over and over again. Then you'll start to notice that it's not always your tackle, it's not always the bait. Sometimes the fish just want the real thing. You know, sometimes the water's too clear and it doesn't matter how light of a line you have or the best color bait or whatever. Sometimes they just want a worm, you know? They just want live bait. That's why the older fishermen always seem to have the best spot and the best bait and the best technique. They don't. They just spent years building up knowledge and experience on that body of water and that time of year. Heck, even the moon, they know because they have been fishing for years. They have seen enough conditions and enough situations that when they roll up to the lake, they're probably already thinking, we need to go there. We should probably do this. I know I've done it. I rolled up to lakes and bodies of water that I'm gonna fish for that day, and I noticed the conditions are totally different than I was dreaming of the night before, and I had to change things on the fly. My dad used to always tell me a bad day of fishing is still better than a good day at work. And that's true. I'd much rather spend the day on my kayak, getting skunked, missing fish, can't find the fish, enjoying the environment and the scenery, than being at work. It's not just the older generations. It's not just older anglers. It's people that aren't afraid to fail. Those are the ones that will learn things. They'll create that mental library in their heads. That kind of knowledge isn't learned overnight. It is usually earned. Getting skunked isn't failure. Getting skunked is collecting information. I know that sounds funny, but some of the fishing trips that I got skunked on, I learned the most information from. I was paying attention to the environment. I was paying attention to the lighter bites and what bait I was using and what color and was it making noise. Then on the whole way home, I analyzed myself and what I could have done differently. And when I go back to that lake a couple days, week from now, it's totally different. Totally different because I learned where the fish weren't. I learned what didn't work. I learned what the lake looked like at certain water levels. Some lakes get really low in the wintertime. That's a great time to go walk a lake bed. Start seeing some stuff that you didn't know was there. That's all information. Every trip you take adds another page to your fishing journal, whether you write it down or you start to remember it up here. Now, the one thing that I really like paying attention to is patterns. Things like water temperature, the season, recent weather, cold fronts, cloud cover, wind direction, moon phase. Now, I'm not saying the moon magically makes fish bite, but what I am saying, if I went out and I noticed the moon was in the sky on a certain time of the month, then I should remember that. I went out fishing and it was a waxing gibbous moon, and I had a fantastic evening bite. I actually have a video about it. But I started noticing that I'll have really good evenings depending on the location of the moon and what phase it's in. So I'm gonna remember that. Fishing is about recognizing patterns, and the more patterns you recognize, the less you're guessing. So here's my challenge for anyone out there listening or watching. Instead of chasing the new bait every weekend, pick any body of water. Maybe it's a pond 5 minutes from your house. Maybe it's a creek you grew up fishing, but go out and fish it over and over again. Fish it in the summer, fish it in the spring, fish it in the fall, fish it in the winter. Start going after work. Start going in the early mornings. Fish it during the rain, not a thunderstorm. Some of the best fishing is a light rain. Those are great days. Early spring, late spring, light rain, all day. Those are the best. Look at forecasts and see if there's any cold fronts. Especially around the time when seasons want to change, you'll start getting shifting fronts. Just start going fishing, because every single trip teaches you something. And then eventually you'll just stop asking. You'll want to try the new baits, and you can do that. But don't think that's the snake oil that's gonna catch you more fish. I fished that koi K bait. It worked great. I have a video on that as well. But it worked great for the first day. And then I was struggling to catch fish on it after that. I started noticing the koi K baits hanging from the trees like Christmas ornaments. And I go up and I cut them off, and I just started collecting them. Those things are like $15 a piece. I know that when people start catching on to a bait like that, they're gonna fish it. Everyone's gonna fish it, and they're gonna fish it hard, and the bass are gonna be locked in on it. They'll bite it at first because it's something new, but your job as an angler is to pick up like this. It's not that this bait isn't working anymore. It's that they've seen it. They've already got a hook in their mouth from it. They learned about it. It's like a deer. You spook a deer in one spot, they probably won't come back. Depends on how bad you spook them. But at the end of the day, fishing isn't about success. It's about earning experience. It's about making mistakes. It's about getting skunked. It's about learning. It's about coming back smarter each and every day. It's about coming back smarter than you were the last trip. And then one day, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize, I'm the old man.
Hell yes.
I'm the old man that has something to teach. I'm the old man that has something to give. It's not monetary. It's not material. It's wisdom. And that's how you get it, through experience. But if you enjoyed this video, and I got you thinking a little bit differently about fishing, hit that like button for me. Leave a comment, subscribe. Tell me about your experience. Build a community, talk to each other. Tell us what your biggest lesson was that you'll never forget. And until next time, fish on and take care.